Welcome to Product Marketing Maestros, Tales from the Front Lines. I'm your host, Nitin Karthik. As the author of the Amazon bestseller Product Marketing Wisdom, I have always found that real-world case studies are the true litmus test for the effectiveness of any product marketing strategy. And that is why in this show we dive into the minds of industry titans as well as rising stars, unpacking their expertise in action-packed episodes that showcase the power of product marketing through real-world case studies. And today, my friends, we are joined by product marketing maestro Carolyn Klinger. Carolyn is a seasoned market intelligence and customer insights leader with over a decade of experience in B2B SaaS. Currently, she serves as Senior Director of Market Intelligence at Affinity.co. Now, she has built and scaled win-loss and customer experience programs that doubled win rates and influenced $1.9 million in revenue. Carolyn also serves on advisory boards for Crayon and Closed, and she is recognized as a thought leader in competitive intelligence. With her expertise spanning qualitative research, buyer journey mapping, and executive-level storytelling, she helps companies turn insights into action. Carolyn also holds advanced degrees from Georgetown and Thunderbird and previously taught at the University of Maryland. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Carolyn Klinger. Carolyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Nitin, for that warm welcome. I'm really excited to be here to share my competitive intelligence and customer experience expertise with you and your listeners today.
Absolutely fabulous. Wonderful, Carolyn. So Carolyn, as we told the audience, we will give them a situation from your experience, right? And we'll use the ABC framework. So we'll talk about the antecedents, the prior challenges, we'll talk about the behaviors, some of the actions that you took, and we'll talk about the conclusion, how things played out. So with that, Carolyn, pick a situation from your experience and tell us what were the antecedents, what were the prior challenges?
Yeah, so as an industry leader in the CRM market, Affinity regularly encounters up-and-coming competitors that are nipping at our heels, what we like to refer to as ankle biters. And we also have competitors that we traditionally see in our market, of course. Over the past year, we noticed one competitor in particular that was gaining traction and targeting us more frequently and more aggressively, both in our new business opportunities and in renewal opportunities. We also heard anecdotes from our sales reps who were encountering this vendor much more often in the market. And we saw increased evidence of this player moving into our market from our win-loss data. In our installed base accounts specifically, this competitor seemed to be targeting us with a focused takeout campaign.
Wow. I can imagine a lot of people in the audience struggling with similar challenges, right? Maybe they're with an established company that is perhaps a leader in their market. And then, like you said, they have these ankle biters, right? People coming out of the woodwork. So I love that. So thank you, Carolyn, for telling us about the antecedents. Now, Carolyn, given that, tell us about the behaviors, right? How did these challenges guide your actions that you took?
Yeah, so we were growing increasingly concerned, as you can imagine, at all levels of the organization. And so what we did was that we launched what we called an internal swarm campaign, in which we were swarming and arming our sales reps and our customer success managers with competitive resources specifically targeted at this competitor. So these were resources that included competitive messaging and positioning, product support, demo support, pricing guidance and discounting guidance, and sales strategies. We also launched a cross-functional team that includes product, customer success, competitive, marketing, enablement, support, and solutions engineering. We meet every week in this core group to discuss competitive developments that are focused on beating this particular vendor and how we can help our customer-facing teams stay ahead. Additionally, beyond this, we've put together digital marketing and SEO components. We included a nurture campaign and a dedicated landing page, again, focused on buyers who are evaluating Affinity versus this specific competitor. And finally, we went on a road trip. We went out to talk to customers and buyers who compared Affinity to this competitor to find out how we can make our product much more compelling and differentiated in the market. Throughout this all, we're tracking updates through our dashboards and reporting that we put in place that go the whole way up the organization to our executive team for weekly readouts.
Wow, amazing. So you've got a whole set of actions that you're taking in order to address the competitive threat. I love that, Carolyn. So thank you for telling us about that. Now, Carolyn, let us bring that home, right? So tell us about the conclusion, right? So how are things playing out for you?
Yeah, this has been a really aggressive and proactive campaign. And throughout all of this, as I mentioned, we're tracking through dashboards and reporting our progress to date. And as a result of all of the efforts that we've put into this campaign, we have increased our win rate from 16% to 45% in terms of the number of accounts that we're looking at, so the number of opportunities. When we look at our ARR, we've increased our win rate from an ARR or revenue perspective from 22% to 80%, which is just phenomenal. And in the last 90 days alone, we've won over $1.2 million in revenue against this targeted competitor. So really significant increases, both in opportunity count and revenue as a result of this targeted campaign. I've also heard from reps that due to the higher volume and more focused nature of competitive content that we've produced, specifically targeting this vendor, including things like battle cards, win-loss profiles, side-by-side capabilities comparisons, side-by-side feature comparisons, pricing and value explanations, and competitive comparisons on our externally facing website. Throughout all of this, our reps are much more confident in talking about our differentiators. And so we're seeing from both a quantitative and a qualitative perspective that we're turning the tide and becoming much more proactive, much more aggressive. And in the process, we're winning significantly more head-to-head deals against this vendor.
Oh my God, what amazing results. Carolyn, I think you deserve a huge pat on the back. This is amazing. I mean, from a deal count perspective, you were up significantly. From a revenue perspective, you were up, from 22% to 80%. I mean, this is mind-blowing. So excellent. Kudos to you and the team in order to achieve these results. And thank you for that fantastic case study. I think our audience can learn so much from that. So now tell us, Carolyn, if people wanted to learn more about you and what's next for you, where can they do that?
Absolutely. So feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to connect and share more insights with anybody who's interested about this program or any of the other competitive or customer experience efforts that we're engaged in. I also regularly attend and speak at competitive intelligence conferences, and I'm more than happy to chat at live events with folks as well.
So fantastic. So thank you, Carolyn. Folks, there you have it. Please reach out to Carolyn for more insights. And for even more insights, check out my Amazon bestseller, Product Marketing Wisdom, at productmarketingwisdom.com. And see you next time on Product Marketing Maestros.